Hello, listeners. Welcome to the first episode of All Night In. My name is Al, and besides me is my co-host.
We don't really know anymore, but most call me Brandon. We'll go with that.
Welcome, Brandon, to my show.
Hi.
Your show.
Our show.
Our show.
Our show.
Our show, right? Yeah.
We're trying to keep you night dwellers up at night because sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for the weak.
And we'd much rather give you guys just very complicated thoughts to think about before you take your AM early morning nap.
I haven't slept in two weeks.
I have a pretty bad sleeping schedule.
That's why I created this podcast, because I don't know how to help myself, and I'm pretty sure there's people out there who feel the same way.
We're trying to aid everyone else who's really bad responsibilities.
I'm almost think I'm dying.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's you're aligned with like more people than you think, honestly.
Do you think so?
I don't think I'm alive right now, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, literally, you're partnering with a zombie.
Oh.
I just went to school.
Zombie. I don't think I'm a zombie. Zombie's kind of gross. I probably should not touch my beard when I'm doing this.
That beard is more alive than anything else on me.
Yeah, it's gonna sound so gross. And
That's okay, dude. I wish I had a beard like that.
You have a patch here and there.
I've been trying to grow this for about maybe 2 years. We're very happy this is an audio show, not a visual show.
Oh yeah, visually you look like
I look like I haven't had sleep, right?
he needs some milk.
I
Well, that's the problem, you know. That's some people can't go to sleep, and it's just like, why am I doing this? What am I doing that? And for those people, put your headphones in, because we're gonna have a long night.
That's about 40 minutes.
So basically, we want anybody out there listening, we want you guys to take the time to write down those thoughts, send those thoughts to us, and we are basically gonna dissect it. That way, you don't have to feel alone. You know, growing up, you always felt that I think this way and I think I'm weird about it. But truthfully, you're not.
Yeah, everyone's just as cynical as you are at the end of the day.
Everybody's a piece of shit like you are.
Yeah, totally. So, today, we didn't have much people to ask since this is sort of our debut for the series. So we resorted to a lot of internet forums to find our topics today. And I thought they were rather interesting.
I did too.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can come up with a bunch of stuff to talk about. And we're just going to have 15 minutes of dead air here and there.
Yeah. I mean, people we don't go to sleep, so we're good with dead air. We're completely okay with that.
Just remind me to provide these guys with an email later so they can send us questions or whatnot.
Right. We should totally do that. Yeah. I'll make it as we speak, actually.
Yeah?
That would be a thing. Yep.
Do you want to head into the first question, or?
I got a couple here. So what we're doing is we're not actually going to show the other guy. So I've got a couple questions here that I don't want Al to know about. He doesn't know what I'm going to bring to him. Because we like when ideas are more or less fresh. We don't sort of want to rehearse everything. So what I'm going to be doing is giving him a list of things that he's not yet seen yet. So am I the first one?
You're going to go first, definitely. Because you have a lot more. You screened a lot more questions than I have.
All right, cool. So I've got a first question here. It's from Anonymous. This was from our good pal Reddit. And the first question was, what if the reason why we can't walk through mirrors is because we're blocking ourselves?
What? You're going to repeat that one more time.
What if the only reason we cannot walk through mirrors is because we're blocking ourselves?
Ah, okay. Were there comments to this? Did this guy say that he had 3 whole marijuanas before asking this question?
He probably did. You know, I didn't want to click because I didn't want to get contact high before the show. But maybe he did. Yeah.
How many licks did it take? What?
I mean, dude, listen. I've always thought about the mirror world.
Yes.
Have you not ever thought about the mirror world?
I have thought about but I've never thought in the mirror. I've thought about parallel dimensions. Yeah.
Nah. What if it's the same place? Well, what if it is parallel? Right? What if there's a way to transition? You wouldn't know. Everyone who tries to go through a mirror gets stopped by itself, no matter what it is. If you try and put a pen in the mirror, it touches itself and it cannot go because the pen is on the other side, also touching the mirror.
I'm looking at him like he just had 3 whole marijuanas.
It's 3 a.m. What do you want from me?
Okay. So, what's stopping us from phasing through the mirror?
Yeah, what if there was a way to get through there, but we wouldn't know because every time you try and put something in there, it's blocking it because that thing is also pushing back at you. It's the equal force pushing you the same way. Do you not see the magicalness that's going on here? Check it out. So we got a mirror, right? You got a mirror. Let's say you're trying to traverse into the mirror realm. What do you do?
Trying to
Yeah,
go into.
let's just say you're trying to walk into the mirror. What do you do?
I guess run into it.
Right, but isn't there a guy running in there at the same direction, hitting you at the same side? How are you gonna get in?
what kind of bullshit is this? In what fucking world? You know?
I'm just saying,
Uh-huh.
mirror world interests me, and what if that's the way that we're being locked out?
The only way to get into the mirror world or a parallel dimension is by going through a mirror itself, but we can't go in it because our other self from the other side is hitting us back.
Yes, exactly that.
How the fuck do I answer that?
I don't know. That's not a question.
I'm touching the mirror right now.
Exactly. You can't get through. That's mind blowing. What if?
Uh-huh.
What if it's very much possible?
What if it's
But
very...
that's the only thing stopping us. I'm trying to channel your inner imagination.
No, I get that part. My inner imagination needs 3 whole marijuanas to get started.
Oh, okay. 3 whole marijuanas.
Because I've never thought about the mirror itself. I've thought of other ways. I mean, not me personally, but I've read, like, people, oh, there is a parallel dimension. Oh, there is this, and that.
Is it accessible through a mirror?
It's not accessible through a goddamn mirror.
Okay, so how do you get to these alternate dimensions?
Well, you know, sometimes you shrink.
I shrink.
Yeah.
And where does shrinking take me?
To a micro dimension. I don't know, dude. All right? There's... if there's a parallel dimension, there's just no fucking...
If my idea needs 3 marijuanas, your idea needs 4 marijuanas.
I don't know how to answer this question.
I don't know if it's much of a question for him. It's just, what do you think about that? We're not looking for an answer.
No, okay, I get it. I kind of get it. What do I think about going into a mirror world, but we can't? How do you stop your other self from
That's
blocking?
the question, isn't it? What do we do? How do we get into the mirror world, folks? How do we do that? How do we transition without the mirror world pushing back at us? What if the mirror world is an evil dimension? Okay, and they don't want us getting in there. It's the very, very, very premise of a mirror.
If the
Is to
mirror,
reflect exactly what we're going at. We can never get inside because it's pushing us out.
if the mirror itself, if when you're touching it and it touches you back, isn't that person trying to get back at you? Not necessarily blocking it, but aren't you guys thinking the same exact thing?
Yeah, what if they're trying to get into our universe?
So he's only trying to get into your universe at the same time you're trying to get into theirs.
Yeah. What if this guy wants to have 2 Brandons in the mirror world, but I also want to have 2 Brandons in his world, and it's just never gonna happen. It's kind of nuts. It made me think. This is a 3 a.m. thought to me.
Yeah,
This is
no.
the epitome of a 3 a.m. shot.
Yeah, no, I get that part,
Right.
but it's just hard for me to grasp that.
We never can. We can never figure this
So
out.
is it really a parallel dimension if we're both? Yes, it is because we're both thinking the same thing.
It is parallel because they will never touch. We can never exist in the other universe.
How the fuck?
You know. I can never exist in this mirror universe, so therefore it's 100% parallel. Because I can never touch it, and he can never touch mine.
Stop blowing me, my mind.
Thank you for the save. This is an audio only show.
Stop blowing me, okay?
I don't know, man.
No,
Something to think about.
I mean that's. If I read more, if you had more articles to back this up, that would probably be.
I'll hit you up next week.
Yeah.
We'll go
You know,
into it.
we'll. I want to touch back up on this because parallel. I was not expecting a parallel dimension or fantasy like or a sci-fi like question to hit me right off the bat.
You never expect things at 4 a.m. That's the thing. You're
Well,
too
you
tired
know,
to
that's
expect anything.
Well, that's the beauty of this fucking podcast, I guess, is that everybody's gonna be a little different, but there's somebody who's gonna relate to that.
Yes,
I'm gonna fix that later.
there's little Jimmy out there thinking about the mirror world.
Little Jimmy.
He knows I get it.
Well, Jimmy, you just fucked me, mentally.
Jimmy, stop fucking my partner. He's working. What's my next question?
All right, we're gonna move on to the next question. 'Cause that was a little bit. That was a little bit. That's fucking. I don't know, dude. I couldn't fucking answer that
I
question.
went super existential, and I'm bringing it out. Bringing out the guns early.
I got an easy one for you. I've actually contacted a few friends to hit me back up, and one of them they gave me a super simple question because I think this is more relatable to a lot of people.
Okay, I like relatable.
So that's it. What's up, guys? Currently, what's keeping me up at night is the thought of my ex. We broke up a few months ago. I just really want to know what's the best way to get over somebody. Any thoughts?
You're asking me for advice.
Yeah, people are gonna. That's the thing, though.
I didn't know I was coming on the show for advice.
That's the thing, though. Some people want to know advice. That's what keeps a lot of people up at night.
All right, so this is more or less what you were going on about. So let's think about this. How do we get over somebody? Okay, so when you like a thing, this is very touchy. This is very difficult. When you like a thing, it becomes very much of like what you do throughout your day. Like every thought you have is like you reflect back on that thing that you like, whether it be a person or It's usually a person. Let's go with a person in this instance.
Yeah, no, it was a cat.
It's a cat. All right, let's
Yeah.
go with a cat. Let's
This
say you did everything with your cat.
This guy really liked the fucking cat, and then the cat was just like,
Oh, yeah, I'm on the cat side with this one.
oh, no,
Yeah.
you don't like interracial bestiality? It's not a thing on.
I don't like this guy forcing himself on his cat.
No, it's not his cat.
His cat said
It's
no,
not his cat.
it's no.
It's not a cat. It's not his cat. It's his neighbor's cat.
Oh, it's his neighbor's
That's
cat.
fucking gross.
Yeah. Can we go back and talk about people?
No, yeah, we can go back to people, but just keep in mind that it might be a cat.
All right. Well, this might be a cat. Whatever it is, guys. Whatever it is, you know, sometimes you gotta let go of a good thing to get a better thing.
Is that what you think?
That's what I think. I think that every next best thing in your life is the best thing until the next best thing.
Why don't we just tell this guy to fucking
He
get
wants-
into something else?
He wants some methods to get.
Well, that's what. Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say, right? I think that somewhere down the line, he's gonna find something that fills the gap better than what he thought that person did, or his ex-girlfriend. You know, clearly was something important to him. But I think down the line, you keep going, you're gonna find something more important, whatever, whether it be another person or another thing or a hobby, whatever it is. You're going for advice. You turned me into a psychologist just now. Is what
What's
you
the fun part? That's the really fun part about 3 a.m. thoughts or 4 a.m. thoughts, whatever you want to call this.
did. You can get into new things.
Because
So-
I think that's what spirals people out of the shit loop. You're with someone for so long, and you think this is gonna be the way for a while, a long time. This feels right, and eventually it stops, and your schedule's all out of fucking whack.
Yeah, everything feels like it's like forever, in the moment.
You know what I think this fucking guy should do? He should go back to her house, stand outside, and beg for forgiveness, and beg for her to take him back.
You think that? I don't think you. If you're listening, friend of Al, you should not do that.
You should definitely do that. You should
should
definitely
not
go
do
back. You should have a boombox with her favorite or least favorite song.
If it's your neighbor's cat, that can be a lot of issues involved with that. So let's use that as like a form of reference here. Don't go to your neighbor's cat out the door and beg for the cat. to
Imagine
take
that
you back.
shit. Someone just fucking asking a cat to forgive. Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler.
Yeah, cats are very emotionless animals. I've never had a cat, so I'm pretty biased. I'm a dog person. See, dogs always take you back. You know what? Fuck the cat. Go to dogs. Dogs always take you back, no matter what you did. But this isn't a dog, so don't do that. That's my answer.
That's your answer.
That's my answer.
So the only way for this guy to get over somebody
You gotta find a new
is
thing.
to find a dog.
Yes,
No.
absolutely, yes, 100%. Go down to your local pup store, right? You pick up the cutest dog
Pick
you
up
can
the
find.
oldest dog you can find.
But yeah, you know what? Oh, dude, yeah, all dogs need love. Do whatever you want. Pick up all the dogs there. Pick up every single dog there.
Just fucking sniff that dog's asshole. Treat it like you never treated a cat before.
I think Al has definitely taken a couple puffs
Of the
of the
marijuanas.
marijuanas. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, helping someone get over something, it's the stupidest and most difficult thing in the goddamn world.
Yeah, you're hung up on it for a really long time. I feel like this is something that everyone kind of gets to at some point in their lives where they're not there now. You may get to it later, especially if you're a social person. It's a very common thing. I don't want to desensitize your issue, but it's very common, and there are ways to get over it. You gotta really want to get over it. You know, I mean, people do what they want to do at the end of the day.
The thing that it sucks about a breakup is that you're stuck. You feel like you're stuck, and at that moment, you either fucking keep rolling with the goddamn world or get left behind. And that's the part that sucks for a lot of people, because in that moment when you're hurt, you don't really think about shit, but it's like, god damn it, I wish someone was here. God damn it, I wish someone did this, or this, the A, B, or C, correct? But just, you gotta move with it.
I think what's interesting about that whole thing, though, is that do you get left behind?
Some people feel that way.
I think they feel they get left behind, but the thing you need to realize, the point I'm getting at is what I'm trying to say is that, like, the world goes on,
Mhm.
you take another breath, you wake up another day, so you don't really get left behind. You move on. You think you don't get moved on because your brain's still somewhere, but you're a physical person. You're moving on. You gotta move on with it. You know, you just gotta take your brain out of whatever state you left it in last week and bring it today, because your body, the world's moving on with your body. Everything's moving on right now. The only thing that's stuck is the way you're thinking. So just
And
change the way you're thinking and just move with the rest of you, because everything's
But
already
it's
moving
such a
on.
hard transition from you doing something for so long.
It is hard. This is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy. There's no easy way. If you had asked what's an easy way to get over my ex, there was no answer for it, I don't think. I think no matter what, it's going to be a difficult way.
So you're still saying that you still think about your exes?
Do I still think about my
Yeah.
exes? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think I get stuck on them though. You know,
Mm-hmm.
without sounding like a dick, it's like it's sort of to me. After a while, when I'm able to think about this clearly, I see it as like a filtering thing, as well as like an elimination process. Not to sound like a dick. Like
Elimination process.
now that I'm clear of head, right? Now that I'm clear of head, I know that whatever it is that broke up me and that person, it was just not working for one of us.
Mhm.
So that person just can no longer be on that list. At some point, one of us we were unhappy, and there are some breakups where the world kind of comes in and shits on your situation.
Yeah.
It's not your choice. But even then, I mean, if the world is big enough to come between you, that means maybe there was a gap between you that just was, might not be there for somebody else. I really think that every ex I've been with, I look back on them.
You still go back to your exes? What you're saying?
Would I still go back to my exes?
No, what you're saying? Every ex I've been with. So you're saying
No. Grammar. It's 3 a.m. Give me a break. Every girl I've been with, when I look,
every girl. You're so fucking macho over here.
yeah, I've been with the whole planet. This is why I'm able to answer this in such a
3 whole marijuanas.
3 hole.
So every girl.
Throw some alcohols in there too.
The people you've been with,
The people I've been with, I can look back at them and I can, I see the things I like. And I do miss aspects of the relationship, I guess. But at the end of the day, ultimately there was something that told me that this person just wasn't a fit for you. And when I look at new partners, I do reflect back on my exes and I say, is this something that I've seen before? Can I deal with this? I've dealt with this problem before. Am I willing to do it again this time? And I
that's a shitty thing though, right there. You think I can't process without this person. I don't remember what life was like. This is the thing I would have to say to any friend. You were fine before you met this person. You'll be fine after this person.
Right.
But it's gonna take a long goddamn time.
It's the thing about the nature of this problem is that it's 100%. It's just hard.
It'll always
hard.
yeah. So
it's gonna happen. It's just difficult. It's really hard.
So it's in my experiences, it doesn't leave. It just kind of gets easier.
Okay.
It's there's still a thought in the back of your head, but it gets easier as time goes on. But that time can range from how long you let it.
Yeah, it can take a while to heal from that, I think.
And the thing a lot of people do is they carry what they learned from that person, or they carried how they love that person onto somebody else. The thing that I always what I learned to understand now as I grew older is that you're never gonna love somebody the same. There's always a different way to love. You're always gonna feel a different way when you're loving someone.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was explaining that before. I don't think there's a matter of how much you love someone. It's just the type of love you have for that person. And you get different types from every different kind of person you're with, I think. I think every person's love is unique.
True. I do think that too.
And it's not just like I love this person more than that person. I just think there's a different type of love that you have for that person. So let's say family, for example, right? Let's say you're a guy and you're married to your wife and you love your kids, but you also love your parents and your brothers. And like you don't want to say that you love one of these people more than the rest of them, but you have a different type of love for this one person than you do for your kid, or do you do for your dog, or do you do for your mom, or do you do for your brother?
Yeah, you'll never fuck your sister like the way you'll fuck your wife.
Right. Well, I mean, there are people somewhere out there. We're waiting for them to throw a question into our forum.
I hope they throw a question in there. Hey, I fucked my sister and I love my wife just the same.
I'll take this question.
I have never fucked my sister.
This is all you, dude. But yeah, I think it's different love all over the place. And then what I should tell your friend, my final piece of advice is that you should not look for the love that you had with your ex-partner in your new partner. You should look for something new that you may love about your new partner that you never even thought was there. You don't even know it's there. You should look for something that you don't even know.
So in order for this guy to get over his ex, you're saying just go with it, just go with the flow, what's going on right now, learn what
go with the flow, and do not hold the world up to her ex. Don't expect the world to be her.
I feel that the best way to get over somebody is getting better, making yourself a better person, like working on shit.
Well, yeah, totally. I think that
like I said, like I was saying before, people get hung up. That's the biggest thing. People just feel like I don't know what to do from here.
It depends on the kind of person you are, I think. Like if you're someone who's very goal oriented, that will definitely help. So people like you and I, we have a lot of projects that we like to work on from time to time, and
It keeps us busy.
yeah, it keeps us busy. If we don't have time scheduling dates for this person and doing this, that, and the other, we can set aside a lot more time to just work on our stuff. So if you're that type of person where you got dreams, you stuff you want to do, that just think about it. That opens up all that much more time to get your stuff done. But not everyone's goal oriented. Some people are just kind of like they go with the flow. And
So final piece of advice for this guys: just go out, find a sister, and fuck her.
go out, find a sister fucker,
All right.
and get some marijuanas.
And get some marijuanas. Final piece of advice.
Don't go to sleep.
What's the next question?
Ooh, this one's my favorite.
See, we're really getting into it now. The 3 a.m. thoughts,
This one is it's kind of a different pace.
That's fine.
It's also very kind of gritty.
Well, that's the thing I want people to do for us. I want them to either tell us something they know, tell us what's keeping them up, tell them what's bothering them, and tell us definitely what they learned. If they have anything they learned or they want us to discuss, fuck it, send it in.
This one's about prison, guys. This one is, when you think about it, the only 2 prison sentences you get, the 2 worst prison sentences you get, is life or death. You can get a death prison sentence, and that's death, or you can get a life prison sentence. Ironically, you would think that's the better one, but it probably isn't, because a lot of bad things happen in prison. And, people come out different people, and for me personally, to spend 25 years of my life in prison, I'm not the guy hosting All Night In anymore. I'm a completely different individual.
So basically, the thought is, there's 2 different things in prison.
There's two different sentences in prison.
There's 2 different sentences in prison.
And one's named life, and there's a life sentence and a death sentence.
Okay, and you're asking me what?
It's not much of a question, Al. These aren't all formed in a question.
It's easier to answer things if they're in a question
This
form.
is a concept to think about.
Yes.
It's a concept to think about. Prison is a place where you go and you die. Not
for everybody.
not Maisie. Well, not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
But listen, think about it, right? The person that went into prison dies, and the person that comes out is it's not you anymore. It's a different
Oh
person.
shit, that's what you're making me think about. You're getting really fucking deep about it.
Yeah, you either go in and you die, like you get some sort of really bad sentence where
Epiphany?
you killed a bunch of people and you gotta die, like physically, or you go in and you die as a person, you die mentally because you're there for 25 years, and you're not Alberto anymore. You're a guy.
I'm just
Came out of
a
prison.
new guy.
Yeah.
Just fucking simply Bert after prison.
Yeah, like Al chips off and you're just Bert.
My asshole's this big and my name's Bert.
Yeah.
I fart
That's
wind.
the O part.
That's the old part.
The
That's the
O.
old. The O.
That's the Bert O.
Oh, the Bert. Oh, it starts from the mouth. Like Bert. Oh.
Yeah.
Starts from the mouth.
You're
to the
Bert
ass.
and your asshole's
Ah,
O.
my ass is
It's
out.
capital.
Ew, that's gross.
It is nasty.
That's disgusting. So, that's really like a. I've never been to prison, So, my old self is still me.
Do you have a fear of prison?
A fear of prison? Being the guy who I am right now, yeah, I do have a fear of prison because I don't think I'll survive. Not the anal fucking stuff.
All right.
It's more the
For 1 second, we're trying to pretend that other things happen in prison.
what's that? That's the thing about
Clearly, I know your main fear of prison.
that's the main thing about prison that a lot of guys fucking think about. It's just I can't get fucked.
You can't, yeah, that's high on the list.
That's disgusting. I mean, that's the scary part. And imagine being that one.
Well, think about it. 25
God,
years of that.
25 years of getting fucked
Right.
in the butthole. Okay.
Right. Amongst other things.
Okay. But
That's high on the. I get it. It's high on the list, but like 25 years of that, you're not the same Albert.
for some people, they live pretty well in prison. Given if you go in with a reputation, you get 3 square fucking meals a day. You get a fucking place to sleep, and if you're that big bad Big Joe Green, you're just gonna be still living. So what part of that person just dies if they're still gonna live a certain life they lived?
I feel like that's not the majority of people, though. I feel like, let's say the people that we know. Let's say the people that we know personally in personal life. Who's gonna go in prison and be that guy? How many people can you snag out of our friend group and be like, this is gonna be that guy that'll thrive in prison?
So
I don't think any of us.
No,
So
none
I
of
think
us.
it's a very, very small, like minority of people.
Well, that's
who
what
will be
keeps
that.
us away from actually doing bad shit. The system worked for us. You know what I mean?
let's say in the case that it doesn't.
Okay.
So I saw a show. I don't know if it's present. I can say the show, but I saw a show where a guy basically he spends the night with a girl and then she ends up dead in the morning, and he didn't do it.
Motherfucker.
Let's say we get into that situation. That's very relatable to someone like us.
Holy shit.
Let's say right that we go into the city, we party with some girl, and we go to her house.
Oh, both of
right?
us?
One. Let's say Al by himself goes to her house. I'm not going to jail with you after seeing your dick. That's just not happening. Let's say you go to jail, or let's say you go to this girl's house, right? And when you wake up, she's just murdered. Not like dead off drugs, but like actually brutally, bloody murdered. And the only person alive in her apartment is you.
How the fuck did I live?
Well, that's the point of the show.
Okay,
There was a lot of drugs involved.
Okay.
And he doesn't remember what the fuck happened, so he's like, "Can I have done that?" You know, but that's the way the show is kind of played out. And it's like, you know, what if, you know, I was a person like that, and I had a couple drugs, and I went with this girl, and I woke up, and I could have sworn out I'm not a person who's like physically capable of stabbing a person, but I woke up and here's a person dead in front of me, and the murder weapon is right beside me, and I'm alive and this person's not. So could I have done that? So let's say the system in that way doesn't work out for us, and we definitely like the person that killed her, and now we're in jail. That sounds like it sucks. So like you would not. So let's say in one scenario you get the life sentence. You get life in prison, 25 years, because you were presumed that you murdered somebody. That's horrible.
Yes.
The life sentence is horrible. Let's say that this is very unlikely, but let's say that this is a streak. You've done this for a long time, and you become a mass murderer, and now you get some sort of death sentence. You're on death row just waiting, and that's your death sentence. Both sentences suck because in one way the physical vessel dies, and the other way the mentality of you die because you're not someone who will survive prison.
But I think the death sentence is easier.
Everyone does.
Yes.
Because no one wants to suffer through that.
Exactly. So are you asking which
But
one?
what you were just saying, so that's what I wanted out of you before, right? So people think death sentence is easier to do. Let's just fucking kill me and get it over with.
Yes.
But as you were saying before, some people can survive through prison. You may not be the hotshot in prison, but you can make it out those 25 years. And would the life you live after that be worth it not getting the death sentence?
I think you would come out with more of appreciation if, let's say, your old self does die and you don't go back to the same fucking shit you've been doing for whatever got you in there.
So let's say it was that chick that did that. Are you sleeping with girls at their parties anymore after that?
Oh, hell no. Yeah.
Right. your whole life changes. You see what I'm saying? You're not the same person. You're not the guy going out to parties, getting drugs, and sleeping with girls. You're not that dude anymore. You're like probably inside scared of the whole fucking world because you're afraid to get thrown back on that judge table.
But then that's the point of prison, though. It's to deter you away from actually doing bad shit. So if the old person of you dies...
But was it a bad... But look at you. Was it a bad thing you did? Drugs, yes.
Yes, but
you didn't kill a person.
I didn't kill a person. What actually happened?
You just went out and partied.
In that
as
world,
far as you know.
In that hypothetical world, in my mind, with enough... Like, if I spent all those years, my mind's going to convince itself I killed that fucking girl.
Right. But so it's just interesting because what I'm trying to get out of you is that you're not the same person after those 25 years in prison.
No, I've become somewhat of a broken person.
Right. It sucks.
It does suck.
So either the physical version of you dies with a death sentence, or the mental version of you dies in a life sentence.
That is true. I see what you're saying now. But I still think that the death sentence is just going to be something a lot more, like, it won't change you. You just die as that person you came in.
Right. It's sort of like an own terms thing, right? You go on your own terms because you're still you. You die with dignity, quote unquote.
Yeah.
In a sense, if you go out with a death sentence. But like the 25-year life sentence, it's like they grill you down until you're not you anymore. You're just this vesselless person. You're like this vegetable who just got, conditioned to just exist and not even live. You're just existing in a shell.
You're making me sad.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
It's rough.
It is rough. I mean, that's. I mean, you don't hear from these people. You just hear, yeah, this guy Big Joe Green just came out of 25 years. That guy's a fucking badass.
Yeah. He sounds just like that too. I heard him all the time.
So, are you saying that there's some type of PTSD?
Yes, I think prison definitely yields some sort of PTSD.
Should we?
I think there is some sort of I seen some shit,
concept behind that. Yeah. Should we feel sorry for those people?
That's a whole other thing, because then you gotta look into what they did.
Yeah.
So
let's say
if it was someone like us, let's say if to spoil the show, right? What happened is the girl who died in the show I hope no one watches this and they're just like, I'm watching this and he spoiled it. But what happens in the show is the girl's stepdad had a history with her, and he wanted her inheritance because her mom had died, and the daughter got the inheritance. He wanted his sister's inheritance. So what he did is he went over one night and realized that they had some drugs. So what he decided to do was frame the boy for killing her so he can kill her and get the inheritance money and then flee. So in that situation, you actually did not kill her, but it looked very much like you did. And the reason why he had the keys to the house is because it was sort of his family's house, and he was able to sneak in without anything being broken. So it didn't like a forced entry, didn't like anything. It was basically the stepdad just stealing it, and then basically you're innocent at the end of the day. Yeah, you had some drugs, but you don't deserve life in prison. You know?
Yeah.
You don't deserve to be put in the block. But do I feel bad for that person? Yeah, totally. I mean,
That's because we understand the situation.
we understand it a lot
But if
more.
there's no fucking proof or
If
any
there's
evidence,
no proof or evidence, we have no idea. In the show, you're allowed to get that because you get like perspective from all over the place. We see the stepdad's perspective, we see the cop's perspective, we see the kid's perspective, the girl's perspective, and now we have a better clearing understanding. In real world, all we see is
oh man, I might go into a tangent with this one.
in the real, that's fine, but like in the real world, all we see is, the media's perspective. What did this guy do? That, okay, we make our assumptions based off that. We don't actually personally speak to the guy. We don't personally speak to the thing that the guy did something to.
Yeah.
We don't personally speak to the cop that found the scene. We don't see those perspectives. We just see the media's perspective, the internet's perspective.
Correct.
That's it. So it's hard to say yes to that person deserve it. I don't know. I really don't know.
And it's hard to fucking feel bad for a person, even if they did have PTSD.
Yeah. It's hard to feel bad for anybody, no matter what the situation is, because it's
Well,
hard to sympathize. Period.
People sympathize more with veterans. You know, oh, damn, he's seen some shit. Damn, he did something. Now he has to suffer this way.
Well, the show is about getting thoughts out, right?
Yeah.
That are very
I
unpopular.
told you I might go into a tangent about the prison thing.
I don't think people actually feel these things. I feel like it's socially acceptable to be sensitive to a veteran, but I don't think people actually feel that way at all.
I see what you're saying. Just like I feel that there's no such thing as a nice person.
Yeah, kind of like I know what that theory
Yeah,
means. Yeah,
yeah.
I believe that. People look nice because it looks nice to look nice.
Yes, it does. And then some people just fucking say it. It's nice to be nice. Bitch, what the fuck do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Are you saying please and thank you just so people can say, wow, that's really nice? I don't want to spoil the show either, but you know Black Mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
I know Black Mirror.
One of the fucking episodes was about remember that girl from Jurassic Park? I don't know if you know Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
It's
Park?
it's the one about the apps, and every time you do something, people will like you, and your points will go up. You get a rating.
I heard about this episode. I've not watched this episode, or I don't remember it. It probably was in background. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about it.
So basically, what I was getting at is, the only reason she was doing anything or posting anything up is so other people can see it and give her points. And the more points you have, and the more ratings you have, the likable you are. So if
Okay.
if out of 5 stars, if you're a 5-star, you're basically the cool guy. If you're a 1 or a 2, nobody wants to talk to you. You don't get any special treatment, and you're just like a piece of shit. You're a dirtbag.
Yeah, it's sort of like if every nice gesture you did got you money when you think about it.
Yes.
You're not actually being nice because you just kindly want to be nice to this person. You're being nice to get 10 cents in your pocket for
Yes.
holding the door open for this lady.
So
You're not chivalrous. You just want that dough.
going back to that, I think there's no such thing as nice people. Cause you're just doing it so you can feel good about yourself.
I feel like that's the majority of people.
And I feel like there's no humbleness to it. There's no I'm being nice to you, but I hope nobody else knows. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's always I'm being nice to you. Let me take a picture of it.
There's always a stage.
Yes.
There's always a stage to act on, I believe.
Yes.
But it's tricky for me because I'm airheaded, and I think that I do generally show certain people like genuine niceness sometimes.
And I know I get
and
that.
It's hard because it's me. I feel that way about myself. I feel like everyone feels that way about themselves. I'm nice because I actually nice. Those people are mean. We're all just pointing fingers at the end of the day, and so it's hard to kind of say that. Is there really an outlier? Because everyone's gonna feel that way about themselves.
That's true.
Can you point that out about somebody else?
But then we have the most general argument. Why did I deserve this? I'm nice to you. Why did I deserve this?
What do you mean? Like, why are you nice to me?
No, like let's say you get into an argument, or you get something bad happens to that person, and this person gets super mad. Like, but I'm a nice person. Why do I have to be treated this way?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's interesting because that feels like a karma thing at the end of the day.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
It feels like some people like, me. Sometimes I like to be nice because at the end of the day, my philosophy is I do what I want to see. You know, I'm the person that I want somebody else to be.
Mhm.
So if I'm someone that holds the door open, something really basic, but you know, I expect someone if I'm walking to the door, I don't want someone to just leave the door on me. So yeah, it does come back to me at the end of the day.
But why not? Why don't we just accept it as fuck it?
Because I'm helping, because it's helpful. You know, it's helpful, and I would want someone to help me, so I'm gonna help you.
Okay, but if it's just you being nice for the sake of being nice, you don't expect shit from everybody else.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is like, you ever see someone be mean? And you're just like, why is someone mean to me? I don't want to deal with your meanness right now.
Yeah.
I am trying to be the person that I expect others to be. So if I don't want people being mean to me, I'm just not going to be mean to others. I'm going to be nice to others because I want people to be mean to me. I want people to be nice to me.
Again, we're going back to the karma thing, right? We just do.
I just want good karma.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to like walk outside and have I don't know.
But is that selfish?
Is it selfish? No, because I'm giving to get. I think it flattens out.
So you want like an equal trade?
But the way I see it is that karma shouldn't be direct. It shouldn't be, I hold the door open for you, so now you gotta open it up for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want someone to look at that and be like, hey, you know what? That person was nice to that person. Let me be nice to this person. So that happens to somebody else. So goodness is just kind of flowing all over the place in some weird web that's not just reflecting back to me. Eventually, it'll slowly come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I want the whole world to just be fucking nice.
We're losing. We're derailing now.
Are we derailing?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit.
How are we derailing? You said there's no nice people. That's why.
No,
I'm nice.
we went from fucking prisons all the way to nice people. Now we're just getting deeper and deeper into something else. We're gonna skip out on the question. Should we go back to the questions?
I don't know. Should we go back to the questions? Sure. Let's keep the structure.
I think it's your turn. Wait, no,
It was your turn.
Yeah, my turn.
It was your turn.
We gotta go back to the questions, man. This is another friend of mine's, and we're gonna keep going on this fucking down the rabbit hole, bro. So it says hello.
Hey.
I have this recurring fear that keeps me up at night. What keeps me up at night is trying to decide if I should continue following my dreams or aspirations. I'm getting a little older now, and it's getting to the point whether I should still hold on to my dreams or change my goals and career plan entirely into something more realistic. Just follow a path someone else is doing for the sake of not being judged and not feeling like an outcast, or not having everything together. I'm sorry.
So this guy wants to. Let's read the
Girl.
answers. Girl.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to. She wants to know if it's worth chasing her lifelong dream, or should she revamp all of that and do something much more "quote unquote" realistic,
Yes.
so that she can get quicker results. I guess.
I think we
or
can-
more sure results.
I think we can relate to this one a lot.
We can very much relate to this.
How long?
Directly.
Just to give everybody a background of how long we've been trying to start something.
So I'm 24 now.
I'm-
That's weird to say.
Yeah, I'm almost 25.
Yeah, 24 now. I have been trying to start some sort of entertainment, be some sort of content creator for about 4 or 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since like graduating high school, I've been looking. This dates back to just a bunch of little things I can do. I'm a pretty hardcore gamer. I'm pretty hardcore.
Quote unquote hardcore.
Hardcore? Nah, I'm 100%. That's no quote. By definition, I'm a hardcore gamer. Don't listen to him. Anyways, yeah, I'm very avid in that. I like to do film design. I like to draw. There's so much I want to do, and so I had so many dreams about what to create throughout these past 5 years, and just I have nothing on paper right now. I have nothing on paper to give to the world to show that I'm a content creator. And I've had this thought many times where I'm just like, hey, maybe I should just say fuck it, be an accountant. My friend's an accountant. He's got his own house right now.
He can go fuck himself.
He can go fuck himself. Fuck you, Brad. Fuck you and your house.
But for as long as we've known each other, we met with the idea, yo, we're gonna start something.
Yeah.
I hardly knew you, and it was just like, we gotta make something.
Yeah. Well, part of
And
the
I was like-
hesitation, I thought you were an asshole.
Yeah, that too. I was 2012.
That was 2010.
2012. It's 2018. I've known you for almost 6 years.
And this is the first piece of creation.
Well, actually, the first piece we said fuck it and not stop being afraid and just went for it.
Yeah.
'Cause
I think that's what it is. That's kind of what's going to be pushed piece into our answer, right? It's sort of just,
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
It's yeah, at some point it feels like you're at a dead end, and it's just like, where am I gonna go? This is like not what everyone else is doing. Everyone else is being so successful doing the by the book thing, quote unquote, you know. And it's just like, should I just do that? Should I just cave and should I just do that? And it's just like, since we think that we are like you, question asker, I've never met you, but since we think that we're the same person as you, I truly believe that if I do that way, yes, I probably could make it. I probably could be like Brad, fuck you, Brad, and be in my own house, be an accountant, and be successful, have all these nice cars, but I think I'll be happy.
What do you mean by happy?
I don't think that, I think, I want this thing so bad. You know, I want to be a content creator so bad. I want to get my ideas and exactly just do what I want to do. I want it out in the real world so badly that if it never gets out there, there's gonna be a piece. It's gonna be a piece of my puzzle that never gets filled.
Yeah, because me and you, we started with the concept of, hey, let's do this fucking this let's play stuff. That's what we started, and then we've moved on for, hey, let's start making films together or start making short skits together.
Right.
And now we're at the point where it's just like, you want to start a band? and then the podcast is the icing on top. I think the podcast is the easiest way because it's hit or miss. It's just something we like to do. It's something we kind of do every day. We talk like this almost all the time.
Right.
And out of the 6 years, it's been constant. Let's do this. Okay, let's stop because I don't feel the confidence anymore. Or let's do this again. Okay, let's stop again because now I'm feeling a little bit. I forgot what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm gonna feel. I don't know how to get this out there. And now I'm at the point I'm just like, fuck it. I'm older, yes. I'm going back to college because I remember the only time I felt like complete shit was watching a bunch of people I went to high school with who don't fucking matter get a degree. And I felt like, fuck, I should have done that myself. And now I am trying to do that. I am trying to be like, hey, I'm trying to be like everybody else. I'm trying to make sure that I succeed too in my own way. But is this truly what I want to do? Half of me says yes, the other half says no. So I'm going to give both things a shot. But the thing you have to understand about following your dreams, be it creating content or trying to do something unique or spectacular, is it takes a lot of time. You know, like I said, we started in 2012, and we're starting something new in 2018.
I think every 2 years there was a new project on the head, but we're just like, we should just do this now. Or we should just do
and we don't even know if this thing's going to take off. Yeah, we're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
I think changing our goal was more or less us being like, you know, we were slowly inching to what she's doing, where it was just like, should I just go to school and do the normal thing?
Yeah,
because we started out something that we really liked as a kid, and we thought that, you know, as teenagers, as someone who just got out of high school, still in that fresh, you know, kid brain of ours, we thought that gaming channels were all the rage. We really wanted to do a gaming channel. And it wasn't even about what was all the rage back then. It was just like, you know, we like fucking playing games, we like talking to each other. Let's do them at the same time and put it out. It seems like a fun thing to do.
It's becoming so oversaturated.
It's oversaturated, but the thing is, it's just like, look at us. We're not doing what was originally our dream. We're doing what we think is just like more favored.
Something that's us.
But like more favored. We strayed away from
the original idea.
Video game thing, because video game thing is also us. Let's say it's not us.
Yeah, we do it like that. Also, we do it every night.
So it's hard because it's like we were slowly straying to find something a little easier to do over time, You know, it's not that it's hard to play games and talk, but it's hard to get out there because it's so saturated.
Yeah.
So we tried to find something that wasn't as like overtaken by other people, that it wouldn't have so much more competition.
And the thing about it is that it's not, you can put all the time and effort you want into it, but it comes down to luck. You know?
I think there's a piece of luck, but there's also, it's like the people who genuinely enjoy it, though, who genuinely are just out there enjoying it. The thing is, we enjoyed it, but you gotta enjoy the failure too, in a way.
You have, that is true. A lot of people quit after the failure.
We were afraid of the failure so hard, and that's what kept holding us back, because the idea of failing was just like, let's not fucking do this. Some people who are successful out there, they fail, and they get right the fuck back up and make another video, and they're right back on there. You know?
But now that I'm older, I'm starting to understand. That's how you learn. That's how you get out there.
Right. You know, you never know how good that book's gonna be. You never know how bad that book's gonna be if it never gets written. You don't know if you're a good writer if you never write the book.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a lot of things that hold people back, just not trying. Right. And then another thing is that let's try it, and we try it for a week. It's not going anywhere. I quit.
Yeah, results are not overnight. Results are barely within a year. Results are barely within 2 years. There are people who are like, you know, not to mock anyone by age, but there's people who are in their 30s who have not gotten nothing yet. But I know stories where they start at 30 and they're in their 40s and they've made it. You know, it does not matter the time it takes to get there. It's like You never know how long this stuff is gonna take. You just gotta do it because you love it, and then eventually, if it works out, it works out.
I think what this person should do is have a slice of both worlds. You shouldn't really give up, but you shouldn't really put all your fucking cookies in one jar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should really try to at least find something like some type of real world job or some real world experience. That's at least what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to say you should follow my path because my path is right. I'm just saying we should probably, if you're afraid, and if you're really dedicated to doing something like media content or anything like that, it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take a while, unless you have that personality and quite honestly, if you have the money.
Yeah, these things take a lot more startup than people think. Take a lot more startup effort, whether it be money and just time and effort and personality. You gotta give a lot into it to get what you want out of it.
Just take your goddamn time. Take your goddamn time and still have a regular job on the side.
Just do it.
Just fucking Nike.
Just do it.
Just
yeah,
Nike
just fucking do it. Just do whatever it is that you're
Trademark.
struggling with. Just do it.
Trademark.
Sponsor us, Nike. I wear Nikes all the time. I'm wearing Nikes right now.
Yeah. yeah, Nike is great. They make me taller.
Yeah. I hope you get something from that because
I hope everybody
Take
gets
us
something like that, because I think that's another thing that keeps people up at night too. 'Cause I remember that my nights is just be like, fuck, man, how do I do this? How do I do that? How can I get this out there?
I think it's every kid's dream.
Yeah, because like you said, it's everybody's. Well, now that we have the internet and everything like that, it's easier to create your own job, quote unquote.
Yes, it is.
And now everybody wants, hey, this fucking YouTube guy or this fucking kid can do it. How can I? Fucking meme people. That meme girl. Remember that meme girl?
What meme girls?
What's that?
There's a billion meme girls.
What's that girl's name, man?
They're all richer than me.
How about that?
You're right. I don't know her name. I know who you're talking about.
Look at them, man. They fucking by accident. Lucky accidents.
Yeah, lucky accident, and then she kind of just rolled with the crowd that was under her.
Yeah, that
You know?
sucks. And it's it's hard to find. I remember my problem was I want to do podcasts, I want to do movies, I want to be a director, I want to make music, I want to do this, and it's just everything. I can't, because then once I start something, I just go, hey, let me just try the other thing too. You're just so caught up in options.
Yeah, that's something that also keep you up. I think you gotta sort of make not a lifelong plan. Lifelong plans are dangerous because it's so hard to follow. You never know what's gonna happen along the lines. But I think like a monthly plan is good. If you make a monthly plan, let's say by week 2 of February, I want to have my first chapter written out.
Yeah.
For this book, and by week 4, I want to have some concept art drawn out.
And you know what? I say if anything, start small. Like my first taste of success was me going to the gym. After a week, I'm just like, yo, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Then after like a few months, I started seeing results, and I was like, all right, this is fucking cool. And I started building that mentality like, hey, this takes time. Just keep going little by little, and it'll start working.
A gym is a perfect example to do stuff.
Yeah.
Because people go to the gym, they're afraid of failure.
Yeah.
They're afraid of if I pick this weight up, I'm gonna drop it. Or there's another fear that I'm gonna walk in there, I'm gonna pick this 10-pounder up. I look to my partner, and my partner's picking up 50s. Why am I starting with a 10? I'm not. You're gonna think lower of yourself.
I started with a 10, and now I'm at the 60s.
Right. But you're seeing that guy.
But that took
when he's ready for that 60.
That took a long time.
Yeah, you don't know if he just walked in here and was just able to pick that 60.
Yeah.
He most likely started from a 10 as well as you.
And I think you should start out with small goals.
Right.
Like he was saying, write that one chapter. Take a week to write that one chapter.
You see these YouTube giants, and you're just like, how do I compare against them? You
You
don't.
don't.
And so you don't even try. You don't compare against them. You don't even try to. You go in there because you want to look better.
And bring your own personality to it. I mean, I always want to do comedy, and now I'm at the point where I can bring comedy to this podcast, but I know I can't because I'm gonna feel like I'm forcing it. Just bring yourself. Everything builds up on top of that.
Right. Most people are funny when they just.
Yeah, some people are
try
just genuinely funny.
Yeah, I think you're funny.
I try.
See, that's just goes against what you were just saying. You ruined it.
What?
I was on your back until you said you tried.
I just don't like it when you put the spotlight on me.
Well, you're supposed to say, I'm funny when I don't try to be, because I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just myself. Yay! But I just said you're funny.
No, let's not do that.
I try all the time to be funny. Stupid.
Stupid.
Don't be Al.
I'm fucking sweating on my forehead now. You fucking put the spotlight on me, bro. People can't see me, but I feel like they're watching me.
They can taste the vapor of your sweat through their car stereo.
Ew.
Anyone in a car right now?
cars.
It's cold outside.
It's
here in
fucking
New
cold
York.
here. I don't know where we live, but New York is cold.
Oh, yeah. You know, never felt that in New York area, but phew, I heard it's a doozy up there.
South Carolina's where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna edit that stuff out.
Never been there either.
I'm just gonna edit all that out.
I said keep it. Fuck it. I said keep that too. And that.
So
and
final thoughts for this person.
final thoughts. Just do it.
Just do it. Nike it.
But I say it's very safe that you are having this fear, because I think that you're very aware of what's, like you said, you used the word realistic, and that's important because you should hang on to what is actually realistic, which is you need a living to live. So at some point you should have some sort of backbone. Let's say, yeah, go to school. Let's say if it's accounting, let's say you want to be Brad. Go to school and practice being Brad on the side, but at the very heart of it, you just do it. You try your goal out. That way, you know, if that doesn't work, you can go meet up with Brad and do Brad stuff.
Just do it, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Just do it.
That's the best thing we can say to anybody. Just do it. But at the same time,
Be very safe. Have a backbone. Have a backup.
start small and start building that confidence up. And just remember, you're gonna fall down. You're gonna fail, no matter how you want to put it.
He sounds like he's very much in the middle right now.
Yeah.
So pick a side and lean toward that side, but then look at the other side too. So pick the creation side, which is your main dream, and lean toward that, but dabble back in the college and in the steady, realistic version of what you said in your question. So do both, but you know, just do the main one that you really want. I say.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good thing to lead things off with.
Yeah.
If you want to do your next question, maybe the last question.
Oh yes.
Kind of hitting that hour
Last
mark soon.
question. I feel like my questions are all super existential, and your questions are all, let's relate to the real life person.
Oh, that's the thing, that we're gonna hit a bunch of these people. We're gonna hit. That's gonna
My
be
question
Of course.
is good and evil.
good and evil.
So I always thought it was curious, and this is another question off Reddit from an anonymous source. But this person asks, why is it that the villains always seem to be having a good time being evil, but the heroes have a bad time being good?
Repeat that one more time.
Heroes, villains. Why is it that the villains in anything you look at always seem to be having a good time being evil, but heroes always seem to be having a bad time being good?
Oh, that fucking hero complex.
Why is Green Goblin so happy when he's doing bad things?
Being the Green Goblin.
And Peter Parker or Spider-Man is just having a shit day trying to be a good guy.
'Cause it's a lot easier to do wrong than it is to do right.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to do the wrong thing.
So he's just mucking it up because he's just got an easy life. He's maniacally laughing as he holds Mary Jane off a cliff. And he's just laughing about it.
Well, that just gives him a sense. That's the dynamic these guys have. That he has to destroy this one guy's. You know, how do I put this? Give me a second to think. There's something. Damn, dude, you just fucking.
We'll be back after these messages. We're copyrighting that. Don't do that.
Fuck.
I'll find you.
Where is it? I don't know if you can help me out, but there is this one villain who sold. Oh, how can I forget this? Fucking Batman and Joker.
Okay, Batman
Correct.
Joker. Yeah.
Joker's biggest goal. He knows who Bruce Wayne is. He knows who's under the cowl, right? He knows Batman is Bruce Wayne, but that's not the biggest thing for him. He doesn't give a shit that he knows. He wants to break the Batman. He wants to show the Batman that he is just as crazy as the Joker is. Because the Batman is a symbol of peace. It's he's righteousness, correct?
Right.
And the Joker's main goal, and a lot of the books is that I'm gonna break you.
But does he ever get that?
He, in some iterations of the book, I don't want to get into that. In some iterations of the book, he does get that, but in the general universe where they are in, no, Batman holds it together pretty well.
Shouldn't so, based off this question, Batman should be the happy guy, right? Because he should be like, Joker, you're not getting what you want.
It's just hard to do the right thing because you're constantly protecting people. You're constantly trying to deflect evil, but you can't do it alone, and you can't help everybody. That's the main thing. To be evil, it goes A to B. To be good, you have to reach A, B, C, D, E. You know what I mean?
I do. I get it.
So to be evil,
it stinks.
What?
It stinks.
It does stink, and that's the hero complex right there. That's the thing that makes. That's why I've always told you on a personal note. I think if I had powers, I would be a villain. Because I think it's a lot
Yes,
easier.
We did talk about
Yes, we have. I think it's a lot easier to just go to the bank and rob something and make myself happy. You know? That's the main goal of the villain, just to make themselves happy. The main goal of the hero is to make sure that everybody else is happy. It doesn't matter what you feel.
Hmm.
You know? And then it gets to the point where people don't appreciate what you do. And a lot of these books, a lot of them are going to this grittier fucking side. Like, say, Peter Parker, for instance. He's poor. No matter how much good he ever does, he can't take any money because that's just not good. That's his morals. He will always be this poor guy. Well, in the early versions, right now he owns a fucking business. But in the beginning, he was a poor guy, you know, saving people in fucking New York City. That's it. And he couldn't keep up. He couldn't have a love life because he had his grandmother, and that's all. And if anybody found out who she was or who he was, she would die. He couldn't make himself happy, but his main goal or his justice was to make sure everybody else is happy, make sure everybody's safe, and that's really hard because you're not thinking about yourself anymore.
So is it because heroes just typically have a lot more to lose than bad guys?
Yes, you get caught, the hero will never kill you. You're going to jail. You can get out if you want, or if you have people on the outside, you can get out.
Right.
You know, all these fucking heroes, all their stories are going to this point where I'm not happy and I'm suffering so much, but if that's what it takes to make sure everybody else is safe, I'll fucking do it.
He sounds like he's a good guy.
Hmm?
That sounds like good guys exist. to me.
That's the main fucking concept of all superhero things, and that's why I'm gonna fucking change it again. That's the fun stories are what people are trying to do now. Just make good guys into bad guys. You know, I'm gonna edit that part out 'cause that's a stupid thing. But back to that. I mean, that's just it. It's easier to be bad than it is good. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I do. One, it sucks.
Yeah.
That's my first bullet. My second bullet is like, I know we're mainly talking about fiction at the moment.
Correct. I was gonna go into
I wanted
real
to
life.
apply this to some sort of real life aspect.
I was gonna go into real life.
Like, is it the same way in the real world?
Definitely.
You think so?
I think so. And this is without powers. You know,
Give me an example of when the villain is happy and
to
the
give
hero.
people another background in my life. That's what I study. You know, criminal justice.
Right.
And in my opinion, it is a little hard to try to do the right thing.
Right.
You know, because no matter what, there's someone gonna be there backlashing at you. You know, you have to follow the rules now, and that's why a lot of cops nowadays are starting to do the body cam thing to make sure they protect their own asses.
Mhm.
You know.
It's tricky though. What if you were in the middle of Manhattan? I mean, we don't live in New York, but what if you were in the middle of Manhattan, just a city to pull out of nowhere, and you did something bad? Isn't the majority of people gonna stare at you and look at you a certain way and paint you in a bad light? I mean, no one wants that, right? Why is that a happy thing? And then the guy, let's say kidnapping, for
Okay.
example. Right? If you snatch a kid and you pull him in your car, and you drive off,
Okay.
and you got the good guy trying to catch you in your car. He's on his bike. He's trying to squeak through the streets of Manhattan and stop you. I don't know. It's just like, is the bad guy just having a good time doing what he's doing right now? It's interesting to me because I always think of like how fictional villains act, and they always seem to be doing things when they do something like that. They'd be snickering and laughing and just watching the good guy just struggle. But I feel like in real life, everyone's kind of unhappy doing both things.
Damn, I didn't want to go into political sense, but think about honestly a terrorist. Do you think that he goes in with the mentality this is the right thing to fucking do? I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna cause havoc, I'm gonna go to fucking heaven and get my 72 virgins. I'm happy about this. Correct? His goal is A to B, like I said. If you're a cop and you know or you're around the situation, your goal is to stop him, to make sure everybody's safe, and also to protect yourself. So you're worrying about so many things around you when the one person who's trying to cause havoc is worrying about one thing.
I see. It sucks. I don't want to be a cop. Let's go rob a bank.
So
I'm trying to feel good.
it truly is hard to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Because there's so many outside things that you have to consider.
Poor heroes. I don't feel
And you know, a lot of them are underappreciated because you're gonna, no matter what, you can be the nicest fucking, like, I guess I have to point out a race, a white cop. You can be the nicest fucking person ever. You can go into NYPD or anything else and be one of the best cops. But people are gonna look at you like, don't get near that guy. He might shoot you. And if you try to stop somebody, it's just, hey, don't shoot me. One of the first things is, don't fucking shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Please don't tase me. I'm not. I mean, I really wasn't gonna.
yeah. I think goodness in general goes underappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're a cop or not, whether you're a cop or not, whether you're a white cop or not, no matter what you are, goodness, period, goes underappreciated in every avenue.
Okay, look again. Even we can say the same thing for black people too. Or Hispanics. The one person ruins it for everybody else, just like anything else, right? You do, if your race or that one person does one thing wrong, you paint a picture for the rest of everybody else, and now you're kind of the villain.
Yeah, that blows. I think the thing is though, it's like it's tricky because what else do you have? Some people, that's all they get. That's the only exposure they get, which is why media is such a problem. Because there's some people, let's not say with just only in America. Let's say like in other countries, we never actually met. Let's say China, like an actual Oriental Chinese person before. We've never met that person. The only thing we actually know about them is what we see in a movie. What we see in the movie. Yeah, and it's just like, we paint that entire country based off what this movie told us that they're like.
Correct.
Just because we have nothing else to compare it to.
Correct. That's true. So what are you trying to tell me?
I just think it's tricky that it's what are we supposed to judge our bases off of?
That's the sucky part.
Yeah,
that's the sucky part about being.
There's not much. It's all we have is what we.
That's the sucky part about being a fucking human. Unless and that's we're going. Our generation's moving on to this thing where not a lot of people are socializing anymore. You learn things based on what you read off the internet. You learn how people are based on how you connect them socially, either Instagram, this and that. And not a lot of.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, so we're gonna stray a little bit. We're gonna stray. This will be the last topic we talk about. We're gonna stray.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. What do you mean when you say that this generation does not socialize as much?
I say that I think our generation or generation coming up, it's going to be more of a either hook up or never talk again kind of generation. People are so glued to their phones. Even if you wanted to, you're kind of being ignored, People are stuck in the four walls those screens create. And it's so hard to, nowadays, I believe, as an older person, to make friends.
I think that...
Real life friends.
Yeah, but sometimes... real life people can be shitty. Sometimes an online friend is just as valid as not a real life friend. I think that people. No, I think that technology is helping people be more.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no problem. I'm not saying anything about online friends. I'm talking about actually, how many people can you go and hang out with? How many people can you as a person go outside right now, go to the mall, see somebody, go up to them and try to be a friend?
What if that's not what everyone wants?
Why not? It used to be something people do.
Not everyone. Some people were just introverts. Some people just don't like hanging out. They'd much rather just be in their shell, but still be able to socialize with people. That's what I think phones do. That's what I think technology does now.
So you're saying, to you, technology opened up the possibility of actually getting out there.
Right, because let's say, just take YouTube, for example.
Yeah.
Let's say I was a YouTube personality. And let's say one of my favorite gamers to watch on YouTube is Markiplier, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say I would have never met Markiplier if not for YouTube.
Okay.
And let's say we start partnering and let's say we do stuff together and I meet this lifelong friend that I can just do stuff with online that I would have never met if it weren't for a platform like that.
Okay.
So there are a lot of people that you never meet if social media never existed.
Okay. So I'm talking about like a general perspective of things, right? You're talking about like maybe we meet someone like a celebrity, which is it might happen, maybe not.
It doesn't have to be a celebrity though. Anyone online I would have never met if not for
the internet. Okay.
Let's say people like for us example, we have a friend group that we've been friends with for a really long time, and we haven't really added people to that, for a long time. It's kind of just been us.
Correct.
For a really long time, and so without the internet, I don't see us actually going out to find people to throw in here. We have 2 friends from Canada.
And one from Ohio.
Yeah. That, if these inventions weren't existed, it would just be us. and would have never met those friends from Canada or that friend from Ohio.
But like, take if you and me for example. If we decide to do this all on Skype or Discord,
Okay.
and me never meet up to actually record this live,
Okay.
are we still socializing?
Yes.
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 You think so?
Yes.
Okay. What I'm trying to get at,
I think people just get different things out of socializing.
I just think that it's people are just so glued to, like I said, the four walls that the screen creates. I don't like it's so hard to actually, and also like I said, it's more of a hookup kind of generation now.
Reason why I bring this up
Mm-hmm.
is because there was a scenario like in school, and I was on my phone, and I was texting, and I hear the teacher walks in. It's an old guy. He's just like, "Oh, you guys are always in your phone. Why don't you put your phone on and actually talk to somebody?" And I'm like, "But I am talking to somebody. This thing is allowing me to talk to someone who I cannot talk to right now. Without it."
Yeah, you know what? I think it's just the older generation's way of saying that
Right,
you
I think-
can't really
I think
emote.
I think it's 100% generational. I think the old generation thinks that we need some sort of like human interaction and some touching, some physical interaction to actually call it socializing. But me, growing up in this generation, I don't think that's what's needed for socialization. I think you can be 100% social without even leaving the house.
So you'll be fine if, for the rest of your life, you can just talk to somebody online as opposed to meeting them in person.
I'll be fine, yeah. I could be happier, let's say, if I met that person, but I'm 100% fine. We're just never
That's
meeting
the
them.
point I'm trying to make at now.
But I couldn't be too. What if this person smells bad? What if I meet someone who I'm just like amazing, and this person smells bad? I just can't fucking stand being around him in person. But I love
So-
playing games with this person.
Okay. So there's
So maybe what if I met them in person? I'm not happy. What if, right? Let's say, and this is really crappy, but sometimes people see someone in public and they judge them based off how they look.
Correct.
So what if you see this guy and he's like sagging his pants, he got tattoos everywhere, and you're just like, oh, I'd never be fucking friends with that kind of person. I'm like a stand-up dude, right? So I'll probably never even say a word to this guy. What if I meet this guy later on Xbox Live and he's the coolest fucking dude ever, and I see him in person, I'm just like, whoa. You're that guy I saw in the store that day. I would have never spoke to you if I'd never seen you in person. Now that I saw you online, I spoke to you online, I'm a friend with you that I would not have been because I would have deterred you away in the beginning when I looked at you in person because of the way you look. Sometimes meeting in person counters that.
true, but why don't we take that if that's something that the internet is teaching us? Why don't we take that mentality into the outside world?
We could. It's hard though. That'd be good, but I don't see people doing that. That's really difficult.
And why not though? That's the thing though. That's the huge thing.
Because everyone has a preference, and when you're not that preference, we push you out. We filter you out and look for the preference.
And so we're stuck.
Right. So I think that it's not technology. I think that both have a pro and con. Both are 100% socializing. They just have pros and cons with different types of socializing.
So for me, human interaction is a lot more important actually. Online interactions, because having someone around you, like having you here right next to me, is a lot better for me. That's how I am. And I think a lot of people feel that way too. And like I was trying to make a point before, it's hard to make friends now also, because people are so busy. Like, that guy's trying to fuck me. That guy's trying to fuck me. Don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to it's a preference really. It's like because I play an MMO, right? And we have some voice. My MMO does not support voice chat, and so we have some people who use external applications for voice chatting, and some people who don't. And it's not that they can't. And some people just prefer not to because maybe they think that if I hear how this person sounds, I'm probably what if I make friends with like a 12, not to discriminate age, but what if I make friends with like a 10-year-old?
Weird.
All right, and I'm just like. Not like intimate friends, but if I'm like
No,
genuine
but
friends
still.
with a 10-year-old, I'm just like, this person's really fucking cool. And I hear their voice, I'm just like, that's how you fucking sound?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to hear you speak. Now shut up. And before, everything you said made me laugh. And now it's just like, your jokes sound stupid because I hear your voice.
So you're saying that without a voice and just words alone, you can paint a picture that you find suitable.
Right. It's kind of like books.
Yes.
Books
you
are
paint
valid.
your own picture.
Books are valid entertainment. I make my own thing based off this book. And it's completely okay to do that.
And you think it's right. You think it's right to do that.
It's completely okay to do that. As long as it's like...
But we can't take those same implications out to the outside world and try to just genuinely be friends with anybody. I mean, normally you wouldn't be friends with a fucking 10-year-old.
Right. I just think that socializing online or on devices digitally is 100% valid. And can completely replace, or not replace, but can completely sustain itself just like physical in-person interaction can.
Yes, but you can
Depending on what
yeah.
the person needs. If you're
Yeah.
someone who doesn't need that, then that's not working for you.
Yes.
You know. But if you're someone like
There you know, besides us, there are people who have this human need to be interacting with somebody. And I
Right.
just feel like we're stepping into a world where we're doing less in real socializing and just more online socializing, and to the point where it stays there, which is fine. You can have friends, but at the same time, wouldn't you like to just go up to a person and meet somebody? Now we're creating this awkward shyness in the real world.
I just think it's easier to find people because
Yes, but
think about it. Social
you
media
have a lot more
filters-
confidence. Yes, you have a lot more confidence on the online world.
It's because the online world filters it for you. It filters out the people that you just wouldn't rather not be. If you're on a social media website, you're with people who also like that social media website. So you
Yes.
filter out people who don't like that. That's just a quicker way to find someone that you like. It's kind of like a dating site in a way. It matches up with people similar to you, right?
In a way,
In a way, you know. I'm not
the
saying these
dating
things
site
are-
is the purpose
these
of
things
the
are
dating site
that's the purpose
yeah.
of it, though. Let's
Yeah.
say it probably doesn't always work out that way, but that's the purpose of it, is to narrow it down.
And
Because
it's like-
going in real life, meeting girl to girl to girl, you're gonna find too many people to say no to.
You brought up a good point though. Now we're so fucking filled or saturated with dating sites also, to the
Yes,
point
they're
where
all over the
you
place.
can't really meet someone in person sometimes. Or honestly, you really can't.
Yeah.
You can't try to be someone's friend. Even you know, you go up to them, hey, what's going on? Oh, I see you like that. That's the point I was trying to get at before.
Yeah.
That the internet or socializing online is creating these walls that I think every year are getting bigger and bigger around a person.
I also think it's tearing down other walls, though. I agree with that, but I think it's tearing down other
Well,
walls.
let's leave it to the people. We talk so much. Let's leave it to the people to tell us what they think.
It's late, guys.
It is late.
I hope that the folks who asked the questions get something out of that. I hope that the anonymous people who I stole this from on the internet
Thank you.
notice your question out here and get something out of this conversation. We appreciate it.
I hope you guys enjoyed staying up with us tonight. If anybody wants to reach out to us, we're going to probably make an email, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be allnightin with one N at gmail.com.
Right.
We're going to try to make this podcast at least once a week.
Yes, weekly thing. Going back to our goal that we gave the question, you know, that your friend asked. Just want to do it, make it consistent. Push out weekly sessions.
And reach out to us. I mean, we're going to try to contact you, or not contact, but try to keep in touch with you guys as much as we can. And hopefully you guys tune in every week and we can see where else it goes. Let's stay up again.
Okie dokie. Remember, guys, sleepers for the week.
And that was All Night In. Thank you so much.